This is Ask Brock. I'm Brock Yorty. This week's question comes from Pete, and he just texted it to me in the hotel room at 10:30 at night, and I just thought it was an excellent question. Brock, I've been a driller for 3 years, and next week I get to train my first helper. What would you do? It's an excellent question. I would make sure that my onboarding training and my new helper, every phase that we work on, we do it the best practices possible, the safest ways. You know, the reason why we see those things come out online and we hear from OSHA and we talk about all the best practices and our management, if that's the case, comes down and says, you know, this is what we got to do. We can't say, you know what, they're telling us to do it, and that's the reason we're going to start, making sure we set up this way. It's because it's a way of mitigating risk and keeping everybody safe. The next thing I think about is I want you to channel your inner helper and when you were being trained, and think about the way you expected to be treated. And maybe it was excellent and you have this great foundation to teach. Or, our culture, it's you're the worm, go shovel that. Oh, I dropped the crescent wrench in the mud pit. You better get naked and go in there and get it. We have fun, and there's a little bit of fun in having that rite of passage. But on top of it, we need to treat them the way we want to be treated and set them up for success. The next thing that I think about is, what have I learned as a driller that has made me successful? And teach them that. And when those opportunities come up for a teachable lesson, grab them. No matter if we need to be getting casing ready or whatever's happening, grab them and say, hey, this saved me a lot of time. This is how I've been able to stay consistent and successful. Or check out how this clay is cutting and our penetration rate slowed down, and this is how I plugged a bit and we had to trip 140 feet of drill rod with the bit plugged, and it sprayed us the entire time we tripped out. Those are the things, the lessons learned. And then think to yourself, what do you wish you would have learned that would have made you a better driller as a helper? So that they can start seeing those nuances and all those things that make us able to make those microsecond decisions. Because let's face it, we're not a great driller until we can teach it ourselves, right? So the moment you learn the nuances and you can teach it, it's a much bigger deal than saying, hey, did you see earlier today when this situation came up and I slowed rotation and came up off bottom and I did it in a microsecond? No, because we were all doing and there wasn't a teachable lesson there. It's one thing to be that race car driver or that fighter pilot, and then there's that opportunity to be the crew chief or, the captain that is making the plans. And so we have to set our people up for success. We have to give them the expectations. We have to let them know the stakes are high for what we're doing. And they have to enjoy what they're doing, because we're not good at this right now, making it enjoyable for what they're doing. And we see all these fast food restaurants with the signing bonuses and more hourly wages. And it's starting to be more rewarding to go sling cheeseburgers than it is to make resources come out of the ground or make the greatest resource, water, come out of the ground. So that's what we got to do to train our helper. Train our helper to have our back and be able to take our place so that we can move up to the next thing. Because that's what it's going to take in our industry, is setting the foundation for our helpers to be just as good as us, so that we can progress and we can become a better industry and we can have a better depth chart than what we have right now. It's an excellent question, Pete. Good luck. I hope you text me and tell me you had a great mentor and that you have some foundations and these things are going to help you. Go out there and kill it, man.